Hey, I'm not in right now. Sorry. Leave me a message.
I
Bye.
just wanna love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body, driving me crazy. I just wanna love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body.
Oh, hello and welcome back to Bedroom Chronicles, and I'm your host, Mercury's Rising.
And your co-host, Tacoma, Washington.
Hi, Tacoma. How are you?
Fine, and you? How you doing?
I'm good today.
That's good. How was your week? How was your weekend?
Restful.
Good.
Very restful.
Good.
How was yours?
Same. Nothing spectacular. Just taking it easy, and it's been hot. It's been hot outside, and I've been staying inside. You know, where it's cool. So, but I've been hydrating and taking it easy.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna have a good time for this hour.
Yes, we definitely are.
Okay. So, take it off.
Well, good evening, folks. Welcome to another edition of Bedroom Chronicles with your host, Mercury's Rising, and me, your co-host. So before we get started, folks, I have to just ask if you could do us a favor and hit that like button down below, share us and submit, and share us and subscribe, I should say, submit. Where's my mind going? Leave a comment. Let us know what you're thinking about these topics, past or present. So this evening, we wanted to start off with our first segment of role-playing in your relationship. Role-playing, do you do it? Do you like it? How far is too far? Or, you know, the extremes. Have you ever experienced anything like that, or know someone who likes to role-play?
No, I have never experienced role playing other than just being naked.
I hear you. Role-playing, I say, I know some people, you know, have a wide range of fantasies and, you know, just a creative mind.
Yeah.
But, you know, just a few just come to mind when I think of role-playing, like you know what, the one I do like is the, you know, like you meet your girl or you love her at the bar and you act like strangers.
Yeah.
You come in separately and you meet her at the bar and buy her a drink, or you buy him a drink, and people are saying, oh man, you know, what's up with that? She digging him, he feeling her, and come on, let's get out of here. You want to get out of here? Let's go to my place. And then you leave, you know. I like that one. Or the one where the, like the burglar. You break in and then come in, you know, your girl's in the shower. You know, she knows you're coming in, and then, you know, I like that one as well.
Yeah. Sound like you did it already.
Plead the fifth. You know, in my lifetime, you know, I've experienced these. They're fun, you know. So I'm just trying to think of any new ones that are out there, any creative ones. What comes to your mind?
Well, you know, I don't think it was role playing, but I used to date this guy back in the day, my young days, and we would go to a bar too. Well, he just wanted to see how many men was gonna roll up on me, and I was supposed to see how many women was gonna roll up on him. But I thought he was trying to be slick.
Yeah.
He was just getting numbers in my presence. But, yeah. So yeah, that was about it. Then I would be the one to go home with him.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So.
All right, so role playing, it's just a healthy part of a sexual, you know, relationship, and but it could be dangerous. You know, some, you know, like the one that comes to mind about the burglar. You know, and you got to have like a safe word.
Right.
And I've seen it in a movie, like I can't remember the premise of the movie, but you know, the boyfriend is going to break in, but then there's an actual burglar breaking in before he breaks in.
What?
You know, and then she's screaming, and you know, but they're fun. They're fun. You know, some people may go as far as costumes, you know, put the nurse's outfit on and you play the sick patient or the police officer, and you play the prisoner, or the doctor, and, you know, or the executive chasing your girl around, you know, the boardroom or something like that. And, you know, just things that make you smile and just enjoy sex that much more.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And as always, you know, I always mention, you know, my sequel to Chasing Waterfalls, an erotic novel. I'm not finished with it yet, but I may put that in there as one of the characters' repertoire. You know, something that they enjoy doing. Okay. So, but role playing is very, it's a healthy, essential part of any relationship, I'd say. So.
Maybe I'll try that next time around.
Yep, there you go. You know, play the nurse and the sick patient,
I
or
can play the nurse.
or you could play the patron and the prostitute. You know, and which is funny. You know, just get a pair of holy what do you call it? Fishnet stockings. You know, get some cheap red lipstick, and have them come in. You know, just like how much for a blowjob? So, anything that, you know, spices up the bedroom, I have no complaint with that. So, role playing and you know, anything. You know, like we spoke last week or the week before that about the introduction of
Toys.
food or whipped cream and things like that into the bedroom. Foreplay, cherries, and you know, ice. I remember that in the Spike Lee movie.
What?
Ice.
Oh, ice. I thought you said rice. Yeah, ice is good.
Ice is good,
Ice
you
is
know,
good.
and you just put that in your mouth and sends it, you know, shiver up my spine just thinking about it. So, anything else come to mind? You know, any other scenarios? Anything that you could, you know, bring to the bedroom, jazz it up?
Well, nope.
Nope. All right.
Like,
All right. No.
I'm sure because you. I remember reading in your book that you talk about being an erotic lover. That's what it is, erotic lover. So, what's an erotic lover? Because I think that's different from just being a
Regular lover.
Yeah, regular.
Just exploring the mind, just coming up with things, new things that can add spice to the bedroom. Just and like you said last week, you know, watching porn just gives you ideas. Sometimes, you know, we can both experience writer's block. So, and the same thing happens to anything across the board. You know, you may have I don't know what they would call it. If there's a clinical term to it, sexual imagination block. But if you just explore different venues and different, you know, stimuli, something will come to mind. And you'd be like, you know what, let me take it a step further. And, you know, the only downside to that is maybe your lover may say, where'd you come up with that from? Where you been?
True.
You know, but, you know, if she's secure, he's secure, you know, just you know, enjoy it and, you know, get through it, you know. But don't feel like, don't get insecure that you would say, where did you learn that from? It's like, you know, where? You know, read a book, saw something on TV, or watched a little porn. So, you know, but every little bit helps.
I remember when I was in nursing school. So it was a group. It was like five girls, and we studied together. So we talked about all kind of stuff, and like packing peanut butter, and how to use a banana to practice it to do a blowjob.
Yeah.
And so the other four women, they were military wives. I wasn't. They were. So one of them husband said, "No, I don't want you to be around her," because we were talking about stuff that she go back and ask him about or wanted to try, and he just wanted to know, well, where did you get that from? Yeah. So even probably in the last couple of years, I've had a couple of friends that tried things that I suggest on their husbands or wives, and they went, well, you must be cheating. Where did you get that from?
Yeah. Sometimes it can come to mind. You feel, you know, a little insecure, and you may ask, especially when you have a regular partner, and you have this, you know, you may, you know, do one or two of the same things, you know, on a regular basis, and something new comes in and to play. It crosses your mind. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. At least I believe there's nothing wrong with it. But you know, don't go overboard. Don't go overboard. So that topic got you. But you know, speaking of, you know, relationships and people in a relationship, bad boys. You know, it's always crossed my mind. Why do women find bad boys so appealing? I have to ask that question, and I'll tell you the story. I remember, you know, one day I was in Brooklyn, and I was crossing the street, and I was going into Macy's, and at the bus stop I saw this. There were a couple of people there, but my eye was on this one young lady. She was attractive, nicely shaped, you know, dressed nice, and you know, she may have left work early to do a little shopping, and I saw this brother, you know, coming up the block, and you know, pants sagging, you know, just you know, the hat backwards, and you know, that type, you know, the type that looked like his fingernails are dirty and long, you know, and And I said, and all this took place within those few seconds as I'm crossing the street. And I said, this ought to be good. This ought to be good. So, you know, he approaches her, and next thing I know, I see her take out her phone, and they're exchanging numbers. So I said to myself, this grimy looking, you know, nothing against him personally, but just it was just like just total opposites. There's a grimy cat approaching this young woman, and he got the number. And the only thing my takeaway was it with like wow, if that was her type, then I surely wasn't her type, And I've always asked myself, why do women find bad boys so appealing? Is it the thrill? Is it, I don't know. I've never been given a definitive answer. So
I don't know, because I never really dated a bad boy.
Just a thug. A lot of women, they love thugs, and it's just intriguing, But it's like anything, I guess. Different strokes for different folks. Some women prefer, a man as a gentleman, can, rock a suit and know how to rock a suit, wear it well. And then you have some just on the other spectrum that just love, a bad boy, that thrillingness of, and some will even go, far enough to, to like a man who, well, I don't want to say violent, but just had that streak, like say if they're going out and someone looks at her and he's ready to, go for blood, versus someone who's like, he's just looking, that guy, he's just looking, you're safe with me, but I just find it intriguing and always question it. What was so appealing?
Now, I had a co-worker, and she likes those kind of guys, and she likes the guys that I'll just go to prison.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
I'm swear. And
Yeah.
then she said, well, she likes the guys that definitely the pants sagging and they walking down the street, the brown bag with the 40 in their hand. Those are the kind of guys that she liked.
Yeah.
And she made it obvious that because my perception that I got from her, that they would do anything on the spin of a dime when it comes to the bedroom. Now, they didn't care what you're going to take no shot. They're going to just jump on in it.
They jump, yeah. That's something.
But then you have the suited and booty guy he's going to want to, sit down and listen to some music and kick off his shoes. He's going to go take a shower, come back and put on his robe and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's going to have her go take hers. Then they come back, and after they had a little conversation and wine or whatever, then, okay, come on, sweetie, we can go to the room now.
Yeah.
So, then you got some women that take both.
Yeah.
Take both.
Because I know there's a show, I don't watch it, but as I'm channel surfing, I'll run across it, inmates, something, people who date inmates, something like that. And, I would say that the percentage of women who, fall in love with a male inmate is greater. And again, nothing, we all make mistakes, not knocking anyone, and, their preferences, but for me personally, if a woman did time or was, currently incarcerated, first of all, I don't even know how I would link up with them, how I would meet them, and I don't even, like I said, I've seen this show, but I've never sat down and watched, an episode to find out, is there like a social media website, link up with prisoners,
those are they're right there on Facebook, mixed in with everybody else.
Are they really?
They are.
Yeah.
The women in the bed, they just everybody mixed up in there.
Yeah, but women love an inmate. Just that rugged thugness. Come home and he's been locked up for 3 years, girl. He gonna tear you up. He gonna tear. But for a guy, we may think the same thing. Yeah, she's been locked up for 3 years. Yeah, well, that shit gonna be juicy. It's gonna be juicy. But other than that, you fall asleep and you put your wallet under your bed or something like that under your mattress. But that just goes, that's also an inclusion with thugs and being a bad boy. But women still, I mean, it's got to be that much if they have a show, they have a cable show, just falling in love with a prisoner. Now I have to tell you that that when I worked in the city and within the system, I worked for the New York City administration. If you're working in that environment, like if you're a correction officer, then I can see how that happens because you're locked in with them, you're in there, but and I've seen some people jammed up, dating, fooling around with inmates.
Right.
But if you're on the outside, I just don't see how it happens, but I know it does happen.
Okay. Well, on that note, we're going to go to commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about naked selfies?
Yes, naked selfies. Yes. When we return, the question I want to ask is: have you ever taken a naked selfie or sent a sex message to the wrong person? We'll talk about that when we return.
Hi, my name is Dynasty. Welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your event live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your talk show, sitcom, showcase, and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers, show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are very exciting times we live in. Traditional TV is all but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is now on the Roku platform with a viewership of 46 million and counting. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and streaming your own show or movie or coming in as a sponsor or an advertiser, please send your contact information with a short description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Vernell Bernardo, better known as Papa Stoop, executive producer of the new hit show, The Flavor. The Flavor is the independent video countdown show. We are seeking a female host between the ages of 21 and 35 years old. The casting will be held September 4th, Saturday, between 11 to 4 in the afternoon. The Flavor will be the next hottest show since BET and MTV Countdown. So if you think you got what it takes to host a show, contact us at 1061tv@gmail.com. Once again, 1061@gmail.com. See you soon.
Show your book.
Welcome back to Bedroom Chronicles on TV 1061 with your host, Mercury's Rising, and your co-host, Tacoma Washington. As we always like to give that plug, pick up a copy of our novels, support some starving artists, starving novelists, Men in My Bed, and
Chasing Waterfalls.
And also you have to use that subtitle, an erotic novel, available where all paperbacks are sold and online, of course, Barnes and Nobles. Okay, so
Amazon.
And Amazon, of course, Amazon. You can get anything from Amazon, and I do mean anything. Okay, so I've been, before the break, we said we were going to talk about. I just find it amazing how embarrassing would it be to send a naked selfie or a sex message to the wrong person. Imagine sending, a selfie to your mother or your father or your grandparents or your kid or your grandkid, or that's got to be embarrassing. Has it ever happened to you, or do you know someone that it's happened to?
Oh, yes, it's happened to me. I sent naked picture to a boyfriend, but it went to his brother instead.
Ooh, okay.
So they have the same first initial and last name, and I didn't put it identifier to say who was who. So
wow, yeah. I can see that happens.
Then I had to apologize. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Now you know I'm nasty."
What can you say? Well, I mean, what can you honestly say?
All he did was laugh. So,
yeah, that's got to be embarrassing.
Yeah,
it's never happened to me, but
it happened, but it wasn't embarrassing.
I can't even say it's come close, but it's like I pray that. Please don't let it happen. Now, I heard on the news, or I saw on the news a few months ago that you have an iPhone, right? Mm-hmm. Do you have that feature where if you're going to send a text message, it'll say, "Are you sure you want to send this message?"
I ain't seen that yet.
Okay, so I have an Android.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I saw in the news that they're going to come out with that. I think Apple phones in the future, and that's a good feature. But it's going to make it's going to slow down texting, because I watch my kids, or grandkids, text like that. But to between each text to say, "Are you sure you want to send that?" that's going to take a lot of time. But it's a good precaution.
It is.
It's a very good precaution. And I know that Twitter is coming out with that. Are you sure you want to send this text? For the hotheads. That that want to respond negatively or
Right.
To hurt someone's feelings. They'll are you sure you want to send this? But the same thing applies to it should apply to sending a sex message or a naked selfie, because that's got to be embarrassing. I don't know what I would do. If you sent it to your grandma and you give her a call, says, "Grandma, please, I sent you something by accident. Don't look at it, just delete it." It's like, what you sent me? What my grandbaby sent me? Nothing, Grandma, please, just don't look at it.
She gonna look at it.
I would be mortified, and I'm sure she would be too. And I couldn't face her. If something like that ever happened to me, I couldn't face her. But boy, I can only imagine, because I know it's happened. And if you're out there and this has happened to you and you have some good juicy stories that you want to share with us, by all means, give us a call. We're live in the studio, 770-485-7724, 770-485-7724. Give us a call. We're taking calls live here. If you've ever sent a naked selfie or sex message to the wrong person, because we're dying to find out more if it's ever happened to you. Now, do you what happened if you sent the sex message to your supervisor? What do you think the repercussions with that would be? You think he would reprimand you, or she would reprimand you, or suspension? Of course it wouldn't happen if you're working for a large organization, but if like a small private company, you can you may get fired, you may be reprimanded for that.
So let me tell you what happened. Mm-hmm. So I think I probably have mentioned to you where I work at, and it was a ex-boyfriend, current girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. So the guy, current girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. And the ex-girlfriend wouldn't leave the ex-boyfriend alone. So she kept sending them, dirty pictures. Yeah. And she kept calling his phone and approaching him at work. And then the current girlfriend got tired of it. So the current girlfriend sent the dirty picture to everybody in his contact. Wow. Which included his supervisor and her supervisor and his friends. Then they wanted to fight. The two girls wanted to fight, but it was something. Wow. Yeah. But see, since they were doing it on their own personal, even though it went to the supervisor, ain't nothing they could do about it.
Wow. That's
something.
That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. I can imagine that long walk. You're walking to work the next morning, and you get off the elevator and. Oh Lord! Oh, what is it? What a tangled web we weave when. Man, but that's something else. Oh man! But I gotta ask this. Now, when it comes to lovers, passionate, who do you think is more passionate, the men lovers or women lovers?
More passionate?
Yeah.
I would say women, but it could be 50-50.
I think it's 50-50, yeah. Because you have some creative men out there, yeah. But when it comes to the level of passion, I think women, I'm not going to say have us beat hands down, but there's a slim margin, because a woman is more sensual. And the brain is a sex organ, so she uses the brain where, I don't want to say most men, some men, Neanderthals, just like wham, bam, thank you, man. Just got to bang it out. But there are some men who take their time and think of, nice, just a nice setting, something romantic, I'm that type. I'm that type, and so, passion plays a good part on a memorable experience. And I just think that women have us beat. I think women have us beat. And what was one of the most passionate things that you've ever done for a lover, read about, saw on television?
The most passionate thing I've done for a lover. I'll bring this thought forward while I think about that one. First, I'll say what he did for me. So I got off two things. One, I got off from work, and he was at my apartment. And when I opened the door, he had roses from the front door going all the way back to the bedroom and the bathroom.
Okay.
And he had chocolate and some wine, cold wine, and I don't forgot what he had for dinner. Yeah, but he was at my place, not his place. He was at my place.
Wow. Okay.
So then that was very unexpected.
Yeah.
And he was just that, I'll say, top of the key type of guy. Yeah, so he was a executive, and he dressed the part, and he would bring me just like spontaneous gifts and stuff. And I was like, oh, just stuff like necklace and earrings. I said, oh, this is so nice. Like, thank you. Yeah. And I really didn't have to do too much for him at all. Nothing at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I know once I had some time on my hands. I had called my ex-wife, and I just wanted to find out how far she was from the house. So she said, she'd be home in 30 minutes or something, 40 minutes, an hour, something like whatever time was. So I had time to get in the car. I went to a local supermarket, bought some flowers. I bought 2 dozen roses, and I came back. The petals on the bed, on the floor leading to the bathroom, and I, boiled some water, ran a tub for her, and I said, the water was full, to add, to the tub by the time she got home. And I timed it perfectly. Had some champagne, then the lights. I put some candles in there and some mellow music, and blindfolded her, walked her upstairs. Enjoy. And at first thought, I said, you know what? I'm gonna join you. And I said, you know what? She's had a rough day. Let her enjoy this by herself. And I said, just give me a call when you're done. And after that, massage. Went to sleep like a baby.
Wow.
Went to sleep like a baby. And then, and I was cool with that. I went to the next room, watched some movies. A man cave, had some drinks, whatever like that. But that was something that just came to me, the spur of the moment. And I said, you know what? I wonder how long it's going to take her to get home. Let me find out and run to the store. Now I wonder if she was on her way home. If I was in opposite directions, as I ran to the store to get these roses. But that was nice. And like I said, just something that makes a woman say, "Oh, he thought of me." And on top of that, like I said, just let her sleep. I let her sleep. I didn't, hey, wake up, No, I just, I was a perfect gentleman.
Wow.
Perfect gentleman. But, the end of the story, ex-wife. So, what can you say? What can you say? But, now, any of your other friends, or co-workers, have they ever told you a story that, and this, I'm sorry to cut you off, but there was something I saw, and I forgot what professional ball player did this, but they rented out an arena and had a personal chef and had the chef come and prepare dinner in the arena, and the flowers and the champagne and the caviar. And I think that, that was a pretty expensive penny. And I think that was really nice. Something that's going to make that woman say, and something that she'll never forget.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with cooking those type of meals before you get to the bedroom.
Yeah.
So then I keep a pretty good relationship with past men that have been in my life, and it's like, "Oh, you dating now?" I'm like, "No." Or I might say, "Yes." "Did you cook that steak dinner for him yet?" No. And I'll be like, "Yes or no." I remember cooking a steak dinner for one of my past boyfriends, and he missed it. And never got to eat it.
No. Yeah. Wow. What you do with it?
I give it to the kids.
Oh man, that's oh, I hope it wasn't an expensive steak like porterhouse or filet mignon.
Yes.
Did they know? I know this is off topic, but they don't know. The kids don't know the difference between a good steak and a steakum. Or
no, they don't. No idea.
Oh man, but his loss. That was definitely his loss. But something memorable. That is something else.
Yeah, because I remember my great-grandmother, she always said the way to a man's heart is to feed him.
It's through his stomach.
Yep.
You know what? I don't believe that. I don't believe in that.
What you believe it is?
I never had a substitute to fill in for that. The way through a man's heart is through the heart, or, through his stomach.
Mm-hmm. It's to feed him.
It's to feed him.
Whatever you're feeding him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Whatever you're feeding him.
It's time for a commercial break.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll be talking about passionate lovers. No, we just have finished talking about passionate
Pillow
lovers.
talk.
Oh, pillow talk.
Pillow talk.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back, when we return, we'll cover that.
All right.
Find a reliable source of CBD products. Introducing Holistic Wellness Boutique, a revolutionary collection of CBD tinctures, CBD topicals, CBD edibles, CBD pet products, and other relevant CBD products that help you incorporate CBD into your everyday lifestyle. The best part? Through our special Radiant Transformations program, Dr. Alea Daniel, PharmD, a well-regarded wellness coach, licensed pharmacist, and the mind behind the idea of Holistic Wellness Boutique, will also introduce you to a healthier lifestyle through proper education, nutrition, and a thorough medication evaluation to make the most of our exemplary CBD products. If you are struggling with a chronic condition, we can help you discover how to live a more holistic lifestyle through wellness coaching and the proper selection of hemp-derived CBD products. Visit holisticwellnessboutique.com to schedule a consultation or order an audacious combination of hemp-derived CBD products that will rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit.
Hi, I'm Michael Cow, your funniest man on the planet, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network. Stay tuned, because that's how they do it over here. Big time party! All right, see y'all later. Bye. Hi, I'm Michael.
Hey, I'm not in right now. Sorry. Leave me a message.
I just want to love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I want to do to your body, driving me crazy. I just want to love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I want to do to your body.
Welcome back to Bedroom Chronicles on TV 1061 with your host, Mercury's Rising. And me, your co-host, Tacoma Washington. So on this segment, we wanted to talk about pillow talk. Pillow talk, self-explanatory. How raunchy of a mouth do you have? Is it sexy? Is it appealing for a woman to have a nasty mouth, or curse a lot, and loud too, the volume, or the man? What are your thoughts?
I think pillow talk is good. And I think as a woman, she should be able to just express herself.
Express herself, yeah. Any issues with profanity? Okay, so expressing yourself, but what about the person who screams at the top of their lungs and pound it out, give it to me, what about those times? I've seen a porn movie where a woman was really talking too much. I was like, damn, would you shut the hell up? So I can, is there such thing as talking too much?
I'm sure there is.
And too raunchy.
I'm sure there is. I would agree that it is.
Yeah, there is. And what about women who don't like the cross the line? Don't call me a bitch in bed. What about that? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are okay. I'm okay.
Now, only in bed. Now, I'm not saying
that's
in
okay.
the supermarket.
I think that's okay if you
can't get away with that.
If you're just doing it in the bedroom, because that's what's gonna give him the extra edge to get to the end. But ain't no problem with that. So you be every name through the alphabet.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I've seen if it's too much talk, it breaks your concentration. Like I said in that movie, I was like, damn, will you shut the hell up? shut up. So, this guy can do what he has to do. But the raunchiness, I like that, because I'm a grimy type of lover, and I think the more grimier, the better. And I like a woman who's vocal and, will say, tear it up, pound it out, eat that, smack it, flip it, rub it down. I like that. And on the other spectrum, I've, some women who are like quiet, like dead fish. And I think I heard a comedian say some years ago that that's their trick to get you to work harder. Like, just make some noise. How come you can't say nothing? And just be like, and she's, okay, yeah, she wants you to work harder. So it's like that fine line, give me a little, but don't go overboard. And, don't scream. So, boy, what about the screamers? When, if you live in your own house, that's one thing. But what happens if you have neighbors? And they hear you. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. That's, some people may say that's embarrassing. Some people may say, I don't give a shit.
No.
I pay rent here.
Yeah,
And
they'd probably be waiting for it.
Now, I will tell you, thanks for reminding me. I know when I was when I was renting this place, and there was this couple upstairs, and he was one of those bad boys, definitely. They're like the red cup type, come through every now and then, red cup or a white T-shirt, a wife beater, and I would hear them argue, and then an hour later, I'd hear the bed rocking, and I was like, these, and I'm talking about, I guess, their bedroom was, obviously right above mine, and you can hear, I was like, get some oil. I'm trying to go to sleep. I got to get up in 3 hours. I don't mind it. Knock yourself out. But it's just, first the argument, then that. And, and he didn't care.
That's making up.
But that's one reason why I took the ground floor. So no one, that, plus I like to play my music, I don't want to disturb anyone below me. But some people, like you said, they don't care. They pay rent.
Right.
But there's got to be some type of limit. Don't make too much noise too early in the morning. But pillow talk, I love it. I couldn't live without it.
Really?
I don't like a dead fish, or a quiet person, quiet woman, and it just for me, I like it. It just heightens.
So
it heightens.
What if she just quiet and she just watching you enjoy it?
Well, like.
Why you ain't making a noise?
Well, I am making a noise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like if you enjoy anything, when you drink a nice cold soda, don't you or you're eating something that you like, don't you? So what's more pleasurable than sex? So I'd rather have sex than eat a good steak. But if she's quiet, I'm wondering like, what's the deal? And I know it ain't my performance. She's just probably a quiet lover, and but as open communication is always key. Ask her, hey, what turns me on? If you open your mouth. No, open your mouth and say something. You know what I mean. But communication is always key. Always key. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think I just like a whisper. I don't need all that noise and talking. If he wants to say something to me, he can use it in his known voice, but just come close to me and come to my ear and whisper something.
Yeah. Like I said, now I've, with the porn I've watched, I don't think a guy could ever be quiet. If a guy is quiet, that's like bizarre. I've, like I said, with all the porn I've watched, guys always making noise. And I just like the medium of she's saying something, he's saying something, and but like you said, you like a mild pillow talk, which is cool. It's cool too.
Yeah.
But whatever floats your boat, rocks.
That's what I like, but I'm okay with what he would like as well. But so let's say you in the act, do you chase her?
Chase her
across the bed?
Yeah.
Like she keep running from you?
Yeah. What? Personally?
Yeah.
Oh, I plead the fifth.
Why are you pleading so many fifths? I know you must have it in the book.
It's in the book. Yeah. It's in the book. I thought I didn't know you were asking me personally.
Yeah, I'm asking personally.
I plead the fifth. But I tell you, there's a character in Chasing Waterfalls, an erotic novel. there's this this girl was running away. You know, she had called. Okay, all right, I'll tell you the truth. All right, so she called me over late at night, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm just getting to bed." She was like, "No, come over." And now, okay, so this was years ago. Okay, years ago. So she said, come over. And I was like, I'm already in bed. She says, come over because you'll be close to work. Just come over. So I was like, all right. So I get there, shower up again. She's already ready. And I was like, let me take care of her and get some sleep. So I'm wailing it, and she was running from me. Basically, really, literally running from me on her knee. Bring your ass over here. You wanted me over here. Here, come get this. And needless to say, pleased her. I got maybe 4 hours of sleep, but yeah, she ran from me, and I was like, "You called me over," and I was just bothered because I really wanted to get some sleep, and she was just like, "Just come through, come through," and I said, "Oh, okay, And in the city, trying to find a parking spot, 1 o'clock in the morning is difficult. But she did say there's plenty of parking on my block, and I said, please, I hope there is. And I got there were a lot of spots, and I was able to park right in front of the house, and I was able to get sleep a little longer since I was, maybe like 15 minutes, away from my work site. But yeah, she did run.
Okay.
She did run.
Yeah. So what about masturbating?
What about it?
Let's talk about it.
Masturbating. What are the benefits of masturbating? If from the clinical point, you're in the medical field, are there any benefits to masturbating?
I'll tell you what I heard. I'm not going to go by research. So masturbating is good for stress.
Okay.
It's good to lower your blood pressure because when you release that, when you release, you also releasing tension and stress.
Okay.
And if you was working at it, you loosen up your shoulders and all that kind of stuff, and your arms, and before you relax, before you release, women tense up their body from the toe to the top of their head, like squeezing it out. They masturbating is very beneficial.
Okay.
Now, spiritually, a pastor might beg to differ, but
I'm sure they would. But really, wouldn't it be better to masturbate than to
go out? And,
in
the street.
There you go. So, and behind the scenes, I know there was when I was growing up in Brooklyn, a couple of my friends. Now, mind you, I think I was about 12 or 13 years old. And one of my boys had asked me, in the company of some other guys and their sisters and girlfriends, he was like, yo, Tacoma, do you beat your meat? And I had never heard this phrase before in my life. I didn't know what the hell he meant, beat your meat. So I was like, nah, I don't beat my meat. You just take offense right off the bat. Nah, I don't beat my meat. So other people were giggling with this and that. So I pulled my other partner to the side and said, yo, what does beat your meat mean? It's like, yo, do you jerk off? I was like, nah, man, I got jerk off. I get plenty of ass. I'm 13 years old. I don't even think I had my first girlfriend at 13, but beat your meat? Yeah.
And I learned about masturbation very late. I was 35 first time.
Wow, that is late.
Yeah. So the same guy that took the flowers on the floor, he told me, he said, no, you need to know how to please yourself so you know that somebody else is pleasing you. So then he gave the kids his car and some money and sent them to the mall.
So go ahead and take your time.
Yeah. So then I learned how to do it myself, and I never stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and there's always been,
because you learn to start to interrupt you, but you learn to do it yourself with yourself, just you and some oil. But then later on, you can bring the toys in that can help you get there quicker. But learn how to love yourself.
And you learn your touch. You learn what gratifies you. What the way you like to be touched. Yeah, because it's like I was saying, way back when, there's always been a stigma, especially for men, masturbating. And now, I just don't know when it, vanished, but thank God it did, and it just vanished, just like that. Now men don't, we don't lie about it, but there was another stigma, oral sex,
Black men don't do that.
Black men don't, perform oral sex. And I can't for the life of me recall when that vanished. I mean, it vanished so well that now men will it's just one of these things where you damn well make sure that you better perform some oral sex. And now they flipping it on the other side too and tossing salads. Now I got a friend of mine. She said something about the Atlanta men. And this is what she said. I didn't say this. She said like Atlanta was the capital of men, salad tossing men that she's ever witnessed. I was like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't know nothing about that. She said that a lot of men, when meet her and they want to be intimate, they say, "Can I toss your salad?" And I was like, "Oh well, that's between you and them. That's between you and them."
Wow.
So,
well, it's time for another commercial.
Another break. All right.
Time for another commercial break, and when we come back, we will be talking about
something. We'll be talking about something. Guaranteed, you won't want to miss this. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Bedroom Chronicles when we return.
Toss the salad.
Hello, I'm Vernell Bernardo, better known as Papa Stoop, executive producer of the new hit show, The Flavor. The Flavor is the independent video countdown show. We are seeking a female host between the ages of 21 and 35 years old. The casting will be held September 4th, Saturday, between 11 to 4 in the afternoon. The Flavor will be the next hottest show since BET and MTV Countdown. So if you think you got what it takes to host a show, contact us at 1061tv@gmail.com. Once again, 1061@gmail.com. See you soon.
Welcome to Berg's Jewelry. How may I help you?
We're looking for engagement rings.
We offer a wide selection. However, I believe we have just what you're looking for. Berg's Jeweler is your family's jeweler at 491 Flat Shoals Avenue Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia 30316 in East Atlanta Village.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Welcome back to Bedroom Chronicles on TV 1061 with your host, Mercury's Rising.
And Tacoma, Washington, co-host.
Your co-host. All right. So for our last segment, One Love, One Life, we like to discuss and disseminate tips on how to promote a healthy lifestyle so you can live long and enjoy the finer things in life like sex. So I wanted to cover a few things. I wanted to cover emotional well-being, mental well-being, and physical well-being. It's just taking care of yourself. I know we can't stress enough about, reducing stress levels and getting proper rest and hydrating and exercising and seeing your doctor regularly. But another thing is, it's just taking care of yourself, your inner self. Now, during this pandemic, it deprived us of a lot. And as a matter of fact, a lot of news sources will say that we're coming out of this pandemic, and other news sources will say, it's the most reported cases because of the Delta variant. So just be safe. Use common sense. Wear a mask if you're unvaccinated, and wear a mask even if you are vaccinated. Just use common sense. But getting back to the pandemic, it deprived us of intimacy. It deprived us of closeness. It deprived us of touch. And basically, my advice to you is just go out there and touch somebody. Touch somebody or get touched, but just do it safe. As I've always stressed, if you don't take care of yourself, no one else will. Do whatever it takes. Go on a shopping spree. Get something new to wear. Feel good about yourself. Look good, feel good. Get a massage. I love to get a massage. Get a deep tissue massage. Get that cracking, and like I said, just feel good about yourself and just do it safely. Now, other than that, I can't stress that, just being safe. So that's about it for me. Mercury's, what say you?
Well, since both of our novels about erotica and sex and some of those tail spinning maneuvers and things that we do, like Tacoma mentioned earlier about tossed in salad. When you toss in the salad, some things can come up that may have may send you to the doctor. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to recognize some of the things that you may need to, that may signal that you need to go to the doctor. So I'm going to give you the name of the infection and a couple of symptoms that infection, STD, sexually transmitted disease, or STI, sexually transmitted infections, that you should go to the doctor because they can, you can pass them on to your partner. Then if your partner's seeing somebody else, then they can pass it on to somebody else. And so then it'd be just a little triad there going on. And if everyone don't get treatment, it's just so if let's say Tacoma, God forbid, but let's say Tacoma has it and we get together, then I get it, then somebody else I get with and they get it, but Tacoma gets treatment, but I didn't. But he comes back to me, he's going to get it again. So that's the kind of stuff.
That vicious cycle.
Right. So one of the most common infection is chlamydia. So chlamydia, and I'm normally, well, I'm going to talk about people with penises and chlamydia. So, one of the number one common symptom for chlamydia is burning or pain during urination.
Okay.
So, then you have a penis discharge. It can be yellow, green, or clear, but it's more heavier than usual. And you can have swollen testicles. Now, some men may think they have swollen testicles because they haven't had sex in a long time. They might think they got blue balls. Nope, not blue balls. It's swollen testicles. So those are three of the symptoms that you need to be mindful of, and just go to your doctor and always tell the doctor. Don't just go, I think something wrong with my penis, doc. Nope. Tell him all the symptoms, because the symptoms that you tell him is going to depend on what antibodies he give you to treat it. So it's probably something in the ceiling fan, like penicillin, doxycycline, amoxicillin, one of those families. Okay, so less common symptoms when it's been transmitted through the rectum is because you can have anal sex, and that'll be rectal pain, discharge from the rectal, and actual bleeding. Now, tossing salad. So you tossing salad. So now now where you got chlamydia at? Alrighty then. So it's in the oral and in the open mouth. So now you got chlamydia in there too. So. But I know you're enjoying what you're doing, all the kissing and the sucking and tossing the salad, but now you done brought in some other pathogens that it's going to take you 10 days to get rid of. So the next one is gonorrhea. Gonorrhea is a very old one. That one probably was around before my great-grandmama time, 1900s. And that is, you can get it in anus, throat, and your urethra. The urethra is for the male. And it's transmitted through anal, oral, vaginal sex. And a lot of them have a lot of the same symptoms. So that's why the doctor's going to need to do that swab. Usually men, they take a long Q-tip and stick it down in your penis.
Stick it down.
In there. And then they send it to the lab for to get culture done. So you're going to have pain from urination again. You're going to have green, yellow, or white discharge from the penis. See? Similar to chlamydia. Swollen testicles again, but you got painful joints and a rash.
Wow. Okay.
So that's those three. So don't think you just got arthritis acting up. Just go to the doctor. And any rash that you get in any part, so you get a rash around your mouth, it can be strep throat that you got and not a STD, but you still should go get it checked.
Yes.
So a strep throat gonna look like tiny little bumps around your mouth. But if you got gonorrhea, it might just still look like tiny little bumps around your mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, and then one STD that a lot of people don't really pay too much to is hepatitis A, which affects the liver.
Yes.
So hepatitis A, you can get it from a lot of different things, like eating contaminated seafood. Like raw shellfish, oysters, and
oysters.
Yeah, so that's raw shell food.
Okay.
So and you can get it from polluted water, neglecting the use of condoms or other barrier methods, and coming in contact with contaminated fecal matter, which again takes us back to tossing the salad, because sometimes you don't know how clean somebody is until you get back there. So it's a lot of things. You know, making love is all great and dandy, but it's you need to make sure that your hygiene is on top of stuff. And like we were talking earlier about the roughneck guy compared to the GQ guy. The roughneck guy is gonna come in and he want to just get into it.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have, with those two partners, you will probably have more infections because they're a little bit more relaxed when it comes. But they may not mind taking that pill and sitting for 10 days.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. We'll leave the hepatitis alone. Now, this one is very interesting because once you get this one, you got it for life. Herpes. So you have herpes simplex 1, simplex 2. It might be a simplex 3 too. Yeah. So it's mouth, vaginal, anal. So herpes is going to look like a cold sore. So if you got herpes simplex 1, that's just a cold sore you get on your mouth. Everybody get them, but it's still herpes simplex 1. And you know, you just get your little barrier, Carmex or something, or some antibiotic ointment. You just rub that on that. Now I see a lot of people, they spack it. They get a little pin and just pick the bump so they heal faster. You may or may not want to do that because it might just spread wider. Wow. Now I've seen herpes where it has gotten to the size of a quarter.
Wow.
Can you imagine having a raw sore on you the size of a quarter?
No, I cannot. Wow.
Yeah, so then, but all these things come from making love. You need to know your partner.
Yeah.
Or you need to get to know your partner before. I had a friend of mine, he used to talk about, he do a smell test. Like they'll be hugging and kissing, and he gonna feel around, and he gonna get down there between them thighs, and he gonna take his hand in there, then he gonna hug her, and he gonna bring that hand around, and then if he gone,
if he smells something that's
if he smell fishy, then it's gonna be gone. So you got two types of fishy smells, but I'll get back to herpes. So herpes gonna be itching, tingling, blisters. Like a cluster of blisters, and you should go to the doctor, but they have to swab it to make sure it's the herpes.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes you have sex or rough sex, and you might just think it's a bruise, but it's not actually a bruise. So you want to pay attention to all that kind of stuff. Just men and women. Men, look down there before you go. Before you enter the gate.
Enter the gate. Yeah.
Before you enter the pearly gate.
Yeah.
Make sure the hinge ain't rusty. So
the DW40.
Yeah, and so herpes can cause a lot of stuff because you can get it in your eyes, it can cause you to go blind. You can get what you see. Sometimes when you see things, sores on the outside, they can also be on the inside, and you can't see them. So if you can read up on herpes, there's a lot of other long-term effects that can come from that. Okay. And HPV is another one, human papillomavirus, which you can get that, and they got different. What you call it? There's a lot of different kinds of HPV. So they got the ones that cause cancer in men, that cause testicle cancer, penis cancer, and you got some in women that'll be vaginal cancer.
Now, and I do see those commercials a lot on TV now about the HPV.
Yeah, they want you to take vaccination, but no. So the HPV just look like warts, cauliflower type warts, and you get them in your private area. So y'all gonna have to start giving physical exams. Yeah, before you get in there. You gonna do what the doctors call it palpitations, when they feeling for it. So if you go down, you feel a little bump. Okay, I might want to look at that before I go ahead on and enter the pearly gates. Okay. But yeah. Okay. So.
Now I had a quick question, if we have time. Now I saw, to be honest, I saw an episode of Good Times when JJ had an STD, and Michael was reading from the sexual encyclopedia, a medical encyclopedia, excuse me, about symptoms that go away, right? Is that the same, with gonorrhea as it is for the HPV virus or anything else?
Some HPV go away, but some HPV need treatment depending on what strain it is. So, but syphilis, if it's just the last one, is one that you can get, and syphilis had 3 stages. So when they say blind, crippling, crazy, it can take you there.
Yeah.
So, but it'd be 20, 30 years when it gets you to that point. But when you have syphilis and once it gets into your blood system, then after a period of time, it's not infectious to you, but it's infectious to whoever you are with.
I see.
So in syphilis, it's like that hard cankle type sore, and so syphilis was a big thing. That's when they did that Tuskegee experiment on those airmen, and they give them syphilis intentionally to see how it was. And I was talking to this older lady. She probably was 90-something years old, and she said, "Well, because the only STD we had to worry about was the syphilis. Is that still around?"
Bless her heart.
She said because we was talking about STDs and the COVID and how people the people that don't want to get vaccinated. She said, "Well, we didn't want to get vaccinated. We didn't want to take nothing for that syphilis because we realized they was giving the syphilis to the African American people." And then they said they would run so the health department came into the neighborhoods, and when they know when the truck was coming, everybody just scattered because they didn't want that vaccination.
That's something.
Yep. So syphilis is a killer. It has actually 4 stages. Yep. So it's a very small, firm, and painless sore. Yep. So
I think Al Capone died of that.
So one of you get a skin rash that doesn't itch. You tired, you get sore throat, headache, and swollen lymph nodes.
Okay.
So the lymph nodes like under here and in your groin area.
Okay.
Because your private's right there. So if you get and then that's one thing that you should pay attention to. If you get swelling on the sides and it's painful, those lymph nodes are inflamed. So you do need to go to the doctor, whether it's an STD or not.
Okay. And you said a rash that doesn't itch?
Doesn't itch. Like a heat rash. A heat rash don't itch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a lot of stuff. Just keep those tips in mind, and a lot of them have the same symptoms. So if you got 10 STDs, they all have the same symptoms basically, maybe 1 or 2 different. You still go to the doctor. If you've been with a partner, Monday, it's going to show up within 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah. So some guys wait 10 days before they go to the next partner.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. But anyway, that's the STD tips. We have some more for you next week. So
definitely.
Tacoma.
Yes.
Time to go.
Is it time to go already?
Oh
wow. That hour went by fast.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Always a good time when
It was.
chopping it up with you.
It's always a good time
Yeah.
when you're here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right.
So, did you have to discuss the lineup of the other shows on TV 1061? No?
He didn't give it to me. Not at this time.
Oh, okay.
Well, then join Mercury Risings, and
Tacoma, Washington, your co-host.
Next week, Thursday at 6 p.m. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey, I'm not in right now. Sorry. Leave me a message.
I
Bye.
just wanna love you. Meet me at the hotel room, or you can come over. So many things I wanna do to your body, driving me crazy. I just wanna love